Hi students, my name is Jayasri. I am working as Assistant Professor in Department of CSE AIML, working in MLR IT. And today's my topic is Introduction to Cognitive Computing. Before going to cognitive computing, let us see what is cognition. And before that, today's topics which I am going to cover in this session is what is cognitive computing, how cognitive computing works, and what are the fields of AI which produces number of cognitive technologies, and what are the applications where cognitive computing is used in the real world with use case, and what are the features in it along with digital transformation. Okay. Now, before going to cognitive computing, we first need to understand what is cognition. Now, if we are talking about cognition, cognition is nothing but the context plus reasoning. Cognition is nothing but the context plus reasoning. Right. Now, this context plus reasoning forms the basis of cognition, and cognitive system mimics the human and the computer. Right. The cognitive system mimics how human reasons and how does it process. How does it process the analysis? Along with this, they learn from the data which interacts. They learn from the data which in effects continuous reprogramming of data. Like say for example, I have a computer and I keep on entering my data into the system. Okay. Now this system, my system starts reprogramming itself. Right. What does this point tells? That they learn from, they analyze information and draw inferences using probabilistic analysis. The other point tells that it works effectively in navigation. Here tells the other point is we have flooded of information. We have flooded of information which saves in the data. So here when you talk about the multiple data entries, our cognitive computing acts efficiently in effective navigating through a flood of unstructured data. Right? Flood of unstructured information which requires a new era of computing. Okay. Now, when you talk about this cognitive computing, the term cognitive refers to mental processes which involves in acquiring knowledge and understanding the process which include. The term cognitive refers to mental processing involves in acquiring the knowledge and understanding the ability of the system. Now, these processes include how the system think. Here it is very clear that cognition is not only the intelligence of a human or a computer. It is not an individual process. Instead, it is a combination of human intelligence and system intelligence, that is computer intelligence. Say for example, if you have a chess player, okay, I have a chess player wherein the system is having a mental ability, and when a chess is being played, chess is played by not only a human and a computer. Instead, it is owned, or always the winner will be the combination of human and system. Right. When you are having a combination of human and system, then your chess player will always be the winner. Now, cognitive functions, it encompasses a range of mental activities such as perception. Perception is something what you think, you percept, you imagine that this will be the output, right? So, those mental activities will have a range to encompass few functions, few cognitive functions, which will also have the attention of language, the memory, reasoning, and decision making. Now, human can make a decision easily. Human can make a decision easily. But when you come to the system point of view, your computer will only follow the instruction which is given by the instructor, right? So, the decision making depends on the predefined instructions given to the system. In essence, addition to it, my cognitive relates to how the information is processed, and how are we applying the information to make decisions and solve problems. Now, when we are talking about the information alone, we are able to understand how the system thinks, how is the information knowing to it, and how is it remembered, how is it judged, and how is the problem been solved. But when you are talking about the application part, we are applying the information to make decisions and solve multiple problems. Now, here cognitive computing will master itself when it is continuously iterating with the same problem again and again. It will become a pro in taking a decision and finding out whether the problem when occurred, the solution which is applied to it is in an appropriate manner or no. Once it is iterated and it has interacted with the problem solution, it again finds the best way to solve the problem for the next time, for the coming hours, right? What is computing mean? Computing refers to calculations, data processing, software development. Calculations, when you talk about calculations, in what sense is your computing acting to perform mathematical operations? Say for example, I have instruction given like 2 plus 2. If I give this instruction to the system, so a mathematical person who understands a mathematician understands 2 plus 2 as some arithmetic equation, like he gives a result as 4. The understanding of a mathematician is different when I give this instruction. But at the same way, if I give this instruction to a person who is related to automobile company, what does he understand when I give an instruction as 2 plus 2? He understands that there is a vehicle. He understands that there is a vehicle wherein there are 4 passengers. Okay. 2 in the front seat, 2 in the back seat. This is the understanding of an automobile company or person who is related to so and so area. A mathematician understands that he is trying to perform some 2 plus 2 operation and he gives a result as 4. So, instruction may be 1, but the understanding of different ideology or the calculation, the thinking, the activity differs from person to person. Okay. Now, when you talk about data processing, how is your data being processed? Initially, my data is being collected. Okay. My data is being collected, and then I will perform some manipulations onto it according to the instructions or according to my requirements. I will manipulate the collected data and I will interpret the data. That is, I will incorporate my raw data with some other operation and I will get the output. Okay, I am interpreting data to produce meaningful information. I will take the raw data, I will perform some operation onto it, and I will apply some equations onto it, and I will get a relevant output according to my requirement. That's how I act with the data. Next, software development. When talking about software development, I can create the application and program in such a way that I run on different computers and multiple devices. Now I will create some application, right? It can be a website, or I can say I am doing some avatar, or I am just giving some DPs for my profile. So for this, what do? I will use some tools in AI, and using the tools I will create my DPs or any avatars related to it, okay, using some applications, and I will be applying that particular avatar onto my so-called profile. Okay, so when I am talking about software development, I am creating the application and programs that run on multiple computers and other devices as well. Right. Next, what is the next activity? Information storage. Next, networking. Talking about networking, I will connect computers. I will connect multiple computers, right? I will connect computers and other devices to share resources and information. Now, I am giving access to, say, I have my system has been accessed with some using VPN address with other person sitting in some other location, right? So, I am giving access of my computer to other person in such a way that I am sharing information which is required for them. So, here the network between multiple, there are again LAN, MAN, TAN, SAN. That's again a different story, but not going into it. When talking about network, I am connecting computers and other devices to share the resources and information. Okay. The next range of activity is automation. Using computers to perform tasks. Using different computers to perform tasks automatically reduces the need for human intervention. Now, when I am automating something, I have an application, right? Like booking passport slot. Okay. I am booking a passport slot wherein I'll have multiple fields in this, and here what happens is the slot opens only for 5 minutes. Now what happened? A person who wants to book a slot cannot fill all the details in 5 minutes, because this slot which opens at 10:10 will close at 10:15, wherein all the fields of the person, of the applicant, should be filled in this 5 minutes, and payment also should be done. Okay, which is not possible to book a slot. So what happens here? I will design a web page. I will design an application where my system is automated, and I will enter the applicant's data before itself, so that whenever the portal, the passport portal is open at 10:10, my system will automatically run, and it enters all the fields, it enters all the data of mine into the application, and my slot is booked. Okay, that I am performing that particular automation, so that I am reducing my human intervention. I don't have to sit for a long time until the slot has been opened, or 24/7 checking when is the slot being opened. Okay, so using cognitive computing, my automation, this activity tells that it reduces the human intervention. Next is computing encompasses various fields such as computer science, IT, software engineering, and data science. Right? It plays a crucial role in modern society, underpinning numerous applications and technologies across different industries. How does our cognitive computing work? Okay. How does our cognitive computing work? Is we have 3 degrees: first, second, third. Before going to it, let's see what are all the other applications where our cognitive computing is emerged into. Like cognitive computing processes information. It processes information by comparing to a teaching set of data. Okay, the more data system is exposed to, I have more data where system is exposed to, the more it learns and more accurate it becomes over time. As I was telling you in the previous slide, when I have more number of data, I have bulk amount of data. Okay, now here the issue comes is the storage process. Now what happens here when I am talking about storage process? When I have an unstructured data, my cognitive computing will find a way to make the data more accurate, and it will make sure that the system learns more effectively and it will work in an accurate manner. Over time it becomes perfect, so that it will not find any problem in storing any bulk amount of data for any application. Right. The main goal of IT system. What is the main goal of IT system? That it is capable of solving problems without requiring human assistance. This is the basic advantage of using cognitive computing. Now, when you talk about cognitive computing, I would like to share one more is this is a huge area where everyone is talking about AI. Now, AI is a combination of machine learning, deep learning, cognitive computing, and so on, right? NLP, HCI, so on. So, here the subsets of all is your AI, right? We'll make another session on tools, using individual tool, how do you use the application and what can be done using the application too, right? Next, a neural network is a complex tree. Neural network, here we have even neural network. So here talking about neural network, it is a complex tree of decisions where the computer can make to achieve at an answer. I have a neural network. What is neural network? Again, here neural network is nothing but a connection of neurons, right? I have amoeba kind of thing wherein I have axioms and perceptrons, where my neuron is connected. I have n number of neurons which are connected from one end to the other end. So here when I am talking about this tree of decision, the computer can make to receive an answer. Next, cognitive system rely on DL algorithms. As I was telling you, DL is another subset of AI. Cognitive system rely on DL algorithms and NN. Next, the system refine the way they look. My cognitive computing, talking about it, system refines the way they look for patterns. Here again we come across image recognition, pattern recognition. So patterns and as well as the way they process data, so they become capable of anticipating new problems and modeling possible solutions, right? So the first degree of cognitive computing tells that we understand the natural language and human interaction. In the first degree of cognitive computing, this tells that the natural language is something that a student understand, a human understandable language, and human interaction. Now I interact with the system, I can understand my language, I can make system understand what am I exactly trying to tell it or instruct it. So at the first degree, my cognitive computing understands natural language and human interaction. Second degree cognitive computing generates and evaluates evidence based hypothesis. this will generate and evaluate. This will generate some evidence. Now I have to do some work. So for that, what do I need? I need some data. So I will try to get that data from some storage, from some database or machine learning or some algorithm. Now here what happens? The data which I have got, the system has got, that will be evaluated with evidence based hypothesis is the second degree. Now what is the third degree? Third degree cognitive computing adapts and learn. Now first thing is, it will first try to interact, okay, using natural language. The second degree, what is it telling you? The second degree tells that it generates the evidence or it evaluates the data, whatever it's having, whether it is correct or any other data to be retrieved or any information to be added to it. It will evaluate whether it is the relevant data or any other add-ons should be done to it at the second level. But third level is something that you have all the data, your system has the data, and now it adapts. Okay, it adapts and learns from the user selection. It learns from the user selection and responses. Now what happens here at the fourth degree, fourth level, it will learn and it tries to solve the problem, and once the iterations come across, this iteration will multiple iterations, it will make itself pro, so that it will give more precise and more easy way of solving problems. Right? This is how our cognitive computing works in our real world. Okay. Now, you have got an idea of how cognitive computing works and what is it regarding. Okay. Now, let's see on an average, like on overall an overview of what is it? How does it work in the real world? Cognitive computing is having some data. Okay, when you see here, it uses the same principles. It uses neural networks, it uses machine learning, it uses deep learning, it uses NLP, etc. Okay, so here cognitive computing, if you are talking about humans, also the same users are, the same algorithms, the same concepts are used. Okay, now when you're talking about AI, also AI takes the help of the same principles, but the action of AI and cognitive computing differs when you are talking about the human decisions. Like when AI is interacting with these principles, when AI is interacting with a few actions using these principles, like it is responsible for making decisions autonomously. AI itself is responsible for making decisions autonomously, thus it minimizing the role of humans. There is no interaction of human here. AI itself will take the charge of giving the decisions autonomously, like it has inbuilt access skills, it finds the relevant job, it negotiates the pay with the vendor. Like say we call for any information through a mobile, it will ask you to press 1, 2, 3, and that is the automated message which is given by a bank or any other institute or any information regarding a course. Likewise, when you are trying to get some information from anywhere, you will be calling to the concerned number, and that institute or bank people will be generating some automated information wherein that will be communicating with you and redirecting you to the concerned person, right? So here the information as the human response, the information is given by the application, automated application generated. By the company. Same case, when you're talking about not responsible for making decisions for humans. Your cognitive computing will not be responsible for making decisions for humans. Here, it will suggest the career path. It will not take the lead, or it will not take the decision. Cognitive computing will not take the decision for any information. It will only suggest the career path, and it will give a salary comparison. If you are asking for some information, it will only give that information. It will not take a head forward and tell you that this is right for you and this is the information. You have to follow this. No. So the cognitive computing will only suggest for your questionnaire, and it will give comparisons, and it will only give the information of where are the jobs available. Okay. The same case if you talk in AI, when you are talking about AI, it will access the skill. Here it will only suggest the career path. Which path is better for you, for your, for your resume, or for your profile, or for your study career and all. But here AI will give you the access skill. This skill is good for you and you have to access this. You need to get the information for this, right? And it will only give salary comparison. Cognitive computing will only give salary comparison, but your AI will find the relevant job for you. Okay, it will tell you that you are doing some a business analyst job. Now it is high time. You have to change your job and you have to go for a next level job. You do certification. Now these certification courses are available. It will give you the list of courses wherein you have to check out the courses and select and do certification. Right? And the next is, it will give you the job openings. Cognitive computing will only give you the job openings. But here AI will negotiate a pay for you, stating that you are in some 15 LPA. Now it is high time. Since 2-3 years you have not given or improved with any salary. So you have to move on to 18 LPA if you do these courses. Right? So this is the basic difference of cognitive computing and AI when you are talking about a human interaction, human making decisions using these principles. Thank you.